Oh, welcome to Stockyard. This is our prop company, and we're based in Park Royal here in London. We have about, all told in the group, something like 60,000 square feet of props, mainly with an architectural bent. I used to be a production designer in the film and television industry, and what I've tried to create here are things that are useful to us in our industry. So this is a whistle stop tour via video, quickly around the workshops, so you can actually see what we've got on offer. So this is a typical example, which is a first-class carriage from Victorian period. You can have the whole carriage or just a part of it. And we'll go off through the warehouse now. We have a lot of large picture frames for use, very popular items, with the paintings that go inside them. This is our reception area where you'll come to, and these are the girls who'll take your order if you're interested in doing any work with us. Religious corner. And into the warehouse itself. So you can see we have sections of anything really that builds your set. So we've got books and false books. We have a massive collection of ironwork, railings, lift panels, prison bars, handrails for all periods, old signage, railway carriages, aircraft interiors. And you could whip down there, Peter, you can see what we actually have, and then across to this one. And this side, more doors, more windows, more panelling. This section is made up mainly of kitchen and Victorian dressing, Georgian dressing for kitchen sets, down to the false meat, early ranges, early bathroom fittings. All these units have been made up, the ranges are made up complete with a fireplace surround, on casters, so you can push it into a set, and it's the least work you can do to get biggest bang for your buck. We carry a large stock of these in various forms. Arbors, kitchens, fridges, right up to the 50s and 60s is probably our cut-off date. Ship's doors, these are a new purchase. Some of these are real, some of these are aluminium, some of these are ply. But they're very high quality, they just come off the film Battleship. We bought the whole interior. We keep stained glass windows as well, typical things, so whether it's 1 or 20. We have a few number 10 doors. This is one of them, mock ones, for the exterior of number 10 Downing Street, and we have a complete facade of the building as well. What's often very popular is that we've got just brick flats, artificial brick flats. These are used every day by all sorts of people for shop dressing right down to film. There's another number 10 door behind and another lovely French door. We keep medieval doors, shutters, stable doors, legend brace doors, foreign shuttering, shutters, Asian door panels, large ones of those, create your windows, the sets. We keep a lot of small windows as well, character windows for building into different sets. So whether it be a very small piece of stained glass or a very much more attractive cottage window. We keep sashes, casements, all convenience. Roman panels. And this is a very interesting section. What we do, we have the largest backdrop collection in the world, bar none now. We have over 1,000 backcloths here that have been built up over the years, that have come from many different private collections. But they're all on the websites, and there they are. More windows, more doors. Old trunks, old cases. Railway station dressing. Large church windows. We keep a few dummy lifts for people wanting to use those lifts. Windows, spare flattage, more character pieces. 1960s floor sections. This is the smaller area of army dressing. A lot of it's out on hire at the moment, but we've got a lot of switch gear and things required, ammunition boxes. We have endless baskets for market dressing for different countries. Fire department, Royal Mail, post offices, lanterns, more baskets, chimney pots, and then this is a very big area. Well, we have a few very smart lecterns. We have 6 of these which all light up with neon. These are very shiny and new. These are very nice things. And we have a big graveyard section, which is what we're going to look at now. All made, most of these items are artificial, lightweight items, but they're all made by our workshops here and painted by us. Peter, who's in charge of that, does a very nice job. Tombs, coffins. I have another section which is signage. Some of this is a bit chaotic, but these are Japanese gravestones mixed up with American signage. Barbers' chairs, English general signage for railways, school dressing down that section over there. We have a lot of artificial French gravestones as well, statues, Phantom of the Opera type pieces. We also carry a stock of flowers to dress all the things you need, and we have bags and bags of bones and skulls belonging to different graveyard setting sequences. Decomposed bodies in different condition, and we have got a lot of this dressing, animal and human. Bags. This coffin has just been used recently for Poirot, who's just died. That was his coffin, I believe. Architectural models are another thing we carry a few of. We carry a lot of workshop switchgear, things that you can dress to make anything like an industrial area. We have very good metal cabinets, side tables, garage dressing, rooftop dressing, loft dressing, prison tables and chairs, prison sanitary ware, toilets and the like of, beds from different periods, and more of those items down there. We have a lot of cogs from period. A lot of these cogs came off the film Hugo from the station set, and they've been taken off and are very popular items for dressing. Switchgear. General shed workshop. Hand tools. Mannequin dresses for dressing the period shop dressing. As you can see, we have boxes of light fittings that can be used for dressing your set. This is the electrical department, and here we keep multiple runs of lights. Modern. We do actually do modern as well as period street lighting. It's a very big side of what we do at the moment. And we have runs of coolie shades. We build them up into basically 6 at a time, all working, all practical, ready for you to hire. Hurricane lamps, interesting railway lanterns, and modern fluorescence. This is our smalls area. In here we carry a lot of what I call very good, very clean toys that have come from the Victorian era. These all came off, most of them off of the film Hugo, which were purchased as new. Often the problem with old toys is they're already exhausted by the children who've used them. What's unique about these particular toys is they are all in mint condition, and most of them have been recreated and are reproductions, but they're lovely items and they're very popular, along with the packaging and wrapping that goes with them. Toys. We also have interior tobacco shops and the like, products like that. Period stationery, period items. And we have, to complement our oven ranges downstairs and our Victorian kitchens and our Georgian and 1920s and 30s kitchens, we carry dressing that would work in those conditions. Old bunting and flags, and we carry a large selection of early books, both leather and ordinary, for dressing. We carry fireplaces, all periods, Georgians. Most of the fireplaces are real, some are mock, but on the whole they're the real thing, and they can be. We have the cast iron inserts that go with them as well. You can just select from the giant and the high and mighty right down to the small domestic interior grate. It's all here. We have a very big selection of dummy switch valve gear for large industrial uses. Most of this is all lightweight and painted to look heavy, but in fact it's all mock. And we carry all the stoves, potbelly stoves, and the early Russian stoves as well. American dressing we carry as well. Lots of American items. Mainly American street dressing, newspaper vending areas, all the traffic lights and the like of. Radiators of all periods and all types. And we've got the telephones that are all for everyday street use, American and continental. We've got 8 of them. Right, off to the next section. We carry a lot of period signage for your street dressing scenes. These are old ticket station kiosk selling points from the turn of the century. We have a section on Japanese interiors, original Japanese signs from outside shops to copper cauldrons and all the boxes. And it looks a bit chaotic, but we do have a very large selection of paintings and pictures, but clients like to just sort through and pick the ones they want. Shop dressing, tills, items. We have a lot of newspapers and dressing that will go with that. Artificial hole-in-the-wall banks. Flower sales point of view, newsagents point of view. We keep desks and items of the turn of the century. Hello, very nice things like pulpits to a full-size confessional. This is an oak one, splits into 3 pieces. It's a very good product. Benches, switchgear, and variants of brown furniture, table, ironwork again, to do with the religious feel. Through into our next category, which is modern switchgear, Doctor Who, sci-fi, anything you want to do. Just recently I was saying I bought a lot of the film Battleship, and these are real switchgears, all from a working battleship. We have a huge selection of these now, which are absolutely brilliant. All you do is put your own screen inside them, and you've got all the switchgear, and you can run your own battleship. We've got about 15 of these stations, rocket launcher stations, which are all along here. All superb on casters, so at least they're not as fine as they look, even though they're made of metal. Gaming machines, pub dressing, laboratory dressing, stainless steel. We do big runs of stainless steel. More laboratory dressing. Mad Professor side of things. Morse code machines. Early switchgear. Early laboratory work. Microscopes from the 50s and 60s. A lot of dials and switchgear. You just select what you require. Oh, you'll be lucky. And you can even have your own cryogenic chamber if you so desire, which is in there. Right, you can keep going, are we? This is the another warehouse, which is where we keep outsourced. More of the battleship dressing hasn't been put away yet. We keep street dressing with the barrels, panels, fencing, medieval, period doors, CD display racks, American Army dressing, Market Town Square Cross, and just general old iron. People like to have old iron just to dress sets up with at short notice. Dummy panels, Japanese for the use of, dog crates, and the ever faithful corrugated iron. Everybody loves corrugated iron. Here's another wing. We carry hundreds and thousands of feet of different varieties of rope to dress in the set, along with netting, another product of that. We have very, very large gates for the Blenheim Palace type sets, along with its paces, and we have carried a very large selection of columns of all styles: Doric, Corinthian, Tuscan. One of the other areas that's very popular is that we carry the artificial floor dressing. These are obviously cobble mats in the lightweight rubbers, along with flagstones and the more thinner ones for internal use. We carry baths, polystyrene arches. These are all dummy for lightweight dressing, themed party dressing like giant skulls. These came off the film Phantom of the Opera, I believe. Part of the dressing that was used in there. We carry vending machines, theatre seating of different periods, circus podium upstairs there, Kenny Everett's hand. We've got over here Zeus, giant lions, more Phantom of the Opera elements, American street lights, church dressing, very popular with large horses, polar bear, lightweight. We carry lots of variants of telephones, all to fit inside our own telephone boxes. The BT boxes, the red boxes, we have all those everyday ones. More of the columns going on, various styles, and a huge collection of benches for everyday street dressing and what have you, along with more iron. It's a giant gate, mock gate that's been made up. Sentry boxes, Houdini's escape tank, a practical one should you feel like the need to have a go at it. Buckingham Palace sentry boxes. And then in here we carry more street dressing, which is everyday bins and things that are used to actually dress alleyways and that sort of thing. Warehouse laundry baskets, period boxes, park waste bins, period street dressing, market stall, big runs of market stall dressing, cleaners trolleys from the streets, Solix motorbikes, Solix motorbike and some wheelchairs. World War One bombs. I think we have about 1,000 of those. And we've got a very large run of lightweight foam fronted books for dressing libraries and things for the Mad Professor, something like Harry Potter. More sections from the battleship dressing, and we have supermarket counters, light boxes to do with aircraft, and then we have a 30-foot section of aircraft complete if you want to make up the whole plane. The giant squirrel, you don't have to have the giant squirrel. We have X-ray machines, trolleys, baggage counters, everything else you would need, security checks, barriers, air hostess trolleys, kitchen galley from a plane, a modern plane. These are the sections of the plane, 5-foot sections, 3 windows per section. Airport waiting area seating. Those are the window sections from another plane. We have 2 different styles of these. All the economy and first class seats. Well, here we are back where we started. There's much more to see. What I would recommend is that you come and have a look. It's the best way of doing it. On the internet it isn't possible to actually, as you can see, to have every single item. It just gives you a flavour of what we have. So we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.